I have this poulan chainsaw that it starts off starting fluid, so I'm going to dig into it, see what needs either a carburetor or gas lines. First off, flathead screwdriver. There's 3 bolts up top right here. I should come up and out. And your carburetor will be in this section. This is your air breather. This is a little dirty, but it can be brushed off and cleaned. Okay, next, these are 8mm bolts. Now this could be a little difficult, so you just got to play around with it. This one came out pretty decent, but usually it wants to hang up. And pull this out, pull these out. Don't forget your choke, you got to put that up, bring it out of the row. Then this will come out a little easier. And there's a throttle. Once you get that off, oh, there's a gasket back there. So once you get that off the bolts, that's back there. There's a throttle. Let's see. I can't really see it that well. Right here. You got to get that off. Which is pretty easy. Leave that lay there. Alright, I don't know if it needs a carburetor clean, but as you see, there's gas lines are broke off. So I'll put new gas lines, which they could be a bear getting back into the tank. To get the primer out, there's bolts. There's a total of 4 bolts. Here, here, and here. Flathead screwdriver, or you could do, they have options where you can use your T's if you want. But my flathead screwdriver is just right here, so I just use it. Just don't lose your stuff. And that should just come up and out, just like that. Primer is right here. Should just pop right out, like that. All right. This is your suction side, the one with the line on. Your bottom will be where it goes to your carburetor to push fuel into it to help start it. Now the fuel line, make it easier to slip on. I warm it up a little bit. Just make it a little easier. Don't over warm it, because you make it stiff and hard then. Let's see, I'm still fighting it. And this one's got to be a small hose because it goes down in this small hole here into the fuel tank. So I had to get a small hose for it. Which, it's on there, as you see. And that would run down in the tank, so you would want to measure, what you kind of need. Which I just kind of eyeball it right there. Remember, you can make it a little bit longer. You can always pull it back out, make it shorter. Yeah. I'm going to put that right down in that hole. It should fit semi-snug, because you don't want gas leaking out of that neither. Take your gas cap off so you can see how much you got in there. Which I made mine a little long. Like I said, that's okay. You can always cut some off. Which... see, it's right there. It's already pretty much on the bottom of the tank, so I want to cut a little bit off because I made it a little too long. You know what? It may be alright. Yeah, no, it's fine, because once it gets down there where it needs to set at, it's pretty close. Alright, your governor rod, make sure that's above your hose. And before I go any further, I got to do this line that goes to the carburetor, which goes to this one, right here. Okay, I gotta get this old gas line off, which it slides right off. Get the new gas line. Which I'm gonna start this in the tank, because this is $2 and some cents a foot. And you probably don't want to be wasting all that. And it probably will fight you. But it's gotta be somewhat tight in there, or you'll have leaks if the chainsaw gets tilted to the side or upside down. I'm warming it up, see if that's going to help me get it in there better. I want you guys to see what I'm doing. I'm hoping you can. I guess that's enough. You don't want to heat it up too much, just enough where it's a little more flexible. Let's try to push it down in that tank. Alright, I cut a little V in there to get it started, which it's in there now. Now I'm going to take the pliers, a little needle nose to help push it in there. And yes, there was not enough room for me to try to show you and get good video. So like I said, just use needle nose or something just to help you push that down in there. I got my little needle nose, what I use to shut gas off. I put that in there, crimp on the gas line to pull it through. It's very hard to get through there. Just gotta find it. The only reason why I'm pulling it out, or pulling it through farther, so I got to get the filter put on. I gotta make sure I didn't mess up that line. Oh, that's good. Okay. I cut my bad end off right here. Make sure you cut it kind of straight. Alright. Filter right here. Get that back on there. Now you want that back in that tank. And you want it sitting on the bottom of that, so you'll want to pull your hose back through. It's no fun task, but if you have patience, you can do it. Gotta lay on the bottom of your tank. Well, I don't know if you could see it or not. Pretty dark. You can see it in there, like that. Make sure it's sitting down there, far enough down. And it'll still work where I got it set at, but I'm going to put it a little bit farther down. You want to really make sure it's laying down in there. That's right there should do it. Okay. Put your gas lines on the opposite side of what I said. Now, this gas line will go right here, which comes all the way to this side. So if you're getting old gas lines on it, please get them off. And, you just measure it up. So I'm not going to put it on there. I'm just going to kind of, guess. It's okay to be a little bit longer. Like I said, be too short. You wish you never was. And slide it on. Like that. I may have made that a little long. I'm going to cut a little bit off that. Remember, you don't want to be wasting a lot of this. This kind of gets a little expensive, this hose does. That should be better. Oh yeah, that's much better. Alright, now set that to the side, because now we got to do this one. That goes to the primer. Primer. Put it in there. And you go ahead and put your primer bowl or primer back into the holes. It's in there now. I'm gonna run this underneath that yellow line. Whatever you do, try not to let anything rub on anything. Okay. Make sure it's underneath your throttle rod. Both lines. Put your throttle line back on. Everything's a little tight. I made my lines a little longer than what I should have, I guess. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Gas line needs to be on the other side of that throttle rod, or it's just going to rub and hit constantly. Okay, make sure your throttle works. Mine does. If it doesn't, that means you got it on there wrong. Take it back off, fix it. Okay, I'm going to cut this fuel line. Slip it on there. Nothing's hitting. Hey, make sure your choke back where it's supposed to be at. Slides right in there. Okay, next. Nope, my gas line's in the way. Okay. $8mm nuts. Like I said, I don't know if the carburetor is good or not, so I'm going to test it and see. If it's good, I'm not going to mess with it. All I'm going to do is tighten these two down. Just like that. Okay, you guys get this shield put back on. It should sit on there. Shouldn't fight you. If it does, sometimes pull on this rope a little bit, and then it falls right in place. Just like that. Okay, on your carburetor, I told you wrong. You need to switch your two gas lines around. But we're going to test it and see if it starts. And there it is. Which I need to, but this one I didn't need to. I just had the gas lines hooked up wrong. I flipped them around, started up, runs just fine. Hey, I'm going to put my filter back on. Then the top piece. And voila, ready to go. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Doesn't cost you nothing.